What's up, everyone? Welcome on into the StockX Lounge all the way at TwitchCon San Diego. Everyone doing okay? Yeah, okay. We also have a live crowd here. It's super dope. I mean, the setup is amazing. We're outside, it's shaded, we're not too hot. It's good. I think it's a good day. I am your host today, Storymodebae, and I will be moderating today's Women in Gaming panel, where we get to talk to some really dope creators that are making waves in the space. Now, as we know, StockX is no stranger to helping us tap into what makes us unique, and that is no different with their latest Own It campaign. Now, as we know, society kind of sometimes tells us what to wear, how to look, what to eat, sometimes what to think. But I think the coolest thing about being us is just tapping into what makes us cool. So without further ado, let's introduce all of our panelists here today. We have Chica on the side over here. Clap, we can clap, we can clap. We also have AnneMunition. Hi. And last but certainly not least, we have Sydeon. Okay, so I say let's start with the easy question, since we're all gamers at the table. What's our favorite game and why? Who wants to start? Okay.
You go. My favorite game of all time is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, so much that I got a giant tattoo of it on my arm.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay. I would say my favorite game is Black Ops 2 of all times. I think it was the perfect COD, and I got to meet my partner in that game, so it's kind of special to me.
Yeah, I like it. I think my favorite game, it's hard to pick because it's like picking your favorite child. I feel like for me, it's probably Telltale, the Walking Dead series. All 4 seasons, I laughed, I cried, I went through it, but it's an amazing game. I love it.
Okay, you have to bear with me in my voice here. I know, I sound like Minnie Mouse. My favorite game of all time is Halo 2.
Nice.
It's a campaign that I played with my dad, so it's a very special game to me.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, speaking of Halo, I see some of you guys in the chat already. We have the coolest giveaway going on right now for a $1 bid. Yeah, a $1 bid. You need this. Now, we have an entire Halo crystal set right here. I'm very scared to touch it because I feel like I'm clumsy and I'm probably going to drop it. It's going to be an issue. I don't want to do that. But if you guys are watching at home in the chat, all you have to do is hit !StockX and you can enter to win. I mean, it's ready. It looks good. I know Sid touched it. Yeah.
I was not scared. Maybe I should have been.
That's okay. Now, how about this? I mean, how do we all define our own personal style? Style can go in so many different ways, I feel like. What makes your style your own?
I just like to wear whatever makes me feel cool as shit when I walk around. When I like walk around, you know, I'm just like, damn, I feel good today. You know, I look good, I feel cool, and I'm mostly comfort too. Yeah.
Okay. I would have to say that I just kind of wear whatever I feel like that day. Like if I want to wear heels and it's kind of raining outside, but I wanted to wear heels, it's my unique way to like express myself, and it may not be, you know, what others might wear, but you know, I'm happy, I feel comfortable, and that's all that matters to me. So yeah.
I feel like for me, my personal style like kind of goes through waves. I think ultimately like I just want to be hella comfortable. So if nothing else, like I need my shoes to look good. So like I'm always gonna have my sneakers, even though like my feet hurt. Like I'm always gonna have my sneakers. But yeah, like same with Anne. Like I just want to be comfortable and confident and cozy too. So.
I like things that make me feel really confident. I also love sneakers. I pretty much always have a pair of sneakers on. Anything like mine also changes with the season. Sometimes it's all black, and then the next day it's yellows and oranges, and just whatever I feel good in.
I like that. I like that a lot. Now, as you guys are coming into the chat as well, there is going to be a part of the show where you guys are able to ask any of us questions. So if you guys want to start getting those questions ready, and then I'll hit them at the end. With that being said, as we all know in the gaming space, it's kind of tough for women out here sometimes. I mean, what is it like for all of us to be trailblazers in this space where this space always isn't the kindest to us? Dun, dun, dun. Loaded question. Anyone want to go first?
Okay, go for it. No, she's been handing the mic to me every time, and I was like, she's gonna do it again, and I don't have an answer prepared.
I swear.
I believe in Sydney. She's got a great answer.
Okay, yes.
Got this.
Yeah. She's gonna answer for all of us.
I think it's a very special position to be in, and it's really cool to be surrounded by other female content creators that inspire me. It pushes me in that direction, like no matter what, I know that I'm gonna be okay, because like I have these girls, and I think it's important, and like I keep pushing through it, even though it can be really hard, because I want the next generation of women to feel comfortable doing what we do, and like they belong in this space.
That's beautiful. I don't know how to follow that up. That was good.
Yeah, that was really well said.
Okay.
I have a thought. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for a really long time. Probably all of us have been playing video games for basically our entire lives.
Yep.
You know, I've been playing online multiplayer shooters since I was 11. And I don't want to say how old I am now. And I've been streaming for like 9 years, you know, and when I started, there were not like a lot of women. Nice catch.
Nice.
Nice catch.
Nice.
She doesn't have a voice, but she's got an arm.
Nice.
So there were not a lot of like female streamers in the industry, despite there being like tons of women who love playing games. And I love now that as I come to TwitchCon, you know, there's opportunities like this where it's like, let's grab like this well-known streamer and this well-known streamer and this well-known streamer, and they're all like pioneers in their own right, and like well-known, successful, great, and they just like also happen to be women, and it's really cool to see that that's like the demographic shift over time has been definitely like favorable to women, which I appreciate. Anything you want to add?
I think you guys said everything.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I think you both said everything and hit the nail right on the head. For me, it's interesting because when I first started streaming, like I never had the idea that I was going to be a role model in any type of way. But it also like doesn't feel heavy on me either. Like it feels right, and I'm happy to be able to be in this space with so many amazing creators. And yeah, it feels right. It's really, really good. Yeah. So with that being said, I mean, we talked about owning it, and it's about expressing and being true to yourself in your day-to-day life. How do you own it, like on your own stream? How do you stay true to who you are? Because, you know, like when we stream, there's so many different ways that we can go. People are telling us what to do, how to play this game, get good, all of that. How do we own who we are on stream?
I can answer this one. I think at the beginning, for me personally, it was a little bit hard to like own it in a way. I always tried to be what the chat wanted me to be instead of myself. I think after all these years of streaming and just being comfortable in my own skin and learning to own it, I've been a lot happier. So if I could give any advice to any streamers out there, just be yourself, because there's viewers for everyone. You know, if you're unique, you'll find your own group of people that will like you for who you are, and just be happy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I agree a lot with what you said, and it's just, like, I think I don't, maybe I should think about it more, but I feel like I don't think about it a whole lot. Like, I just sit down and I play my games, and, you know, if people try to dictate how or when I'm going to do that, it's like, this is my stream, you're basically, I mean, you're in my house, you know, and if you don't like the way that things are going, then you don't have to be here, and like you said, there's tons of, like, now especially, I mean, there's how many hundreds of thousands of streamers that you can find the little community that's like perfect for you, and it's great to have that variety.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like when I first started content creation, there was definitely a point in time where I was almost trying to be a people pleaser. I feel like when I first started, I was so excited just to have that one or fifth person come into my stream and they're telling me what to do. And I'm like, okay, well, I want you to stick around, so maybe I should do it. But I also feel like over time, as a streamer and as a person, it's just easier to be who you are instead of pretending to be someone that you're not. And I feel like it's easier to keep up with, too, because now it's like people are coming to my stream for someone that I pretended to be like a year ago. So, yeah, I always think just being true to who you are is always the easiest way to go.
You guys nailed it.
Nailed it. Okay, good. Nailed it. Good. Again, I want to remind you guys in the Twitch chat, we currently do have a giveaway going on. If you hit !StockX, you can enter to win this nice little Halo set right here. It's real crystals, everyone, and it's expensive. I'm trying to keep my hands away from it. But yes, please make sure you go ahead and put your bid in. Let's see who wins it. With that being said, how do we hope to serve as an inspiration for the next generation of gaming? I mean, even talking about the next generation is like weird for me because I'm like, dang, am I old? But still, like, how do we want to inspire and like give back to the next generation?
I honestly, I don't know. I think I hope that by doing what I currently am doing, which is just, like we said a little bit ago, trying to be true to who we really are and to just be honestly like, this is who I am. I think that can serve as, you know, like a good inspiration. And I think what's really cool to me also is to be able to see the diversity in streaming and streamers now. You know, it's like there's so many different types of streamers in general, but also like female streamers. And I think that, you know, there used to be, I would say many years ago, there was like a stereotype of like, if you're a woman who plays games, then you like looked a certain way, dressed a certain way, whatever. And like, I mean, you guys are fashionable as hell. Like, I feel I'm just like I'm like t-shirt and jeans, like kicking it, you know. And but like that, you know, that works. Like this is who I am, and like this is who you are, and this is who you are, and you can be truly like honest, like who you are, and people will be inspired by that because they identify with that type of person as well. Like I can be very fashionable and also play video games, and it's not like one or the other. I don't have to choose.
I kind of forgot the question. I'm so sorry. I was just agreeing with her. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
my bad. I'm sorry.
Inspiration for the next generation.
It's just for me to see someone being like, "You inspire me." It's a little bit crazy for someone to say that to me because I didn't have anyone to look up to when I grew up, but. You know, if you guys know a little bit about me and you guys come to my stream and you're inspired by it, that means a lot to me, and it just shows that there's space for everybody and opportunities for everybody. The gaming space is growing, and it doesn't matter, you know, what gender you are and any of that, and I love it, and I can't wait to see what the gaming community looks like in the future.
Dang, these are good. How do I want to serve as an inspiration? I mean, I don't know. I think I just want to inspire by having other women enter the space to begin with. It's kind of scary if you don't know like what's going on, and sometimes like even being in the space can be kind of scary as well. Oftentimes you see people that are trying to push you out, and you know, whether it's dealing with sexism or racism or what have you. But just being in the space and feeling like I'm giving back to other people and inspiring them to create their own streaming journey as well means a lot to me. So I'm happy to be here.
I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said that you didn't come into this expecting to be an inspiration. And sometimes it's hard to remember that that's the case for a lot of people. Yeah. And then I come to something like this, TwitchCon, and I get to meet so many people who say that to me, like, oh, you inspire me. And it's like, shit, I wasn't even trying. But I'm glad that, like, just by seeing someone who you feel represented by is, like, enough. And I'm just glad to be able to be representation for them because I didn't have that growing up. So it's nice to do that for someone else.
Exactly. They are playing over there. I feel like they're only getting louder. Okay, so I have some cool questions coming in from the chat. Coming from Miss Sav and it's Dan. You guys kind of have the same question. It's what has been each panelist's best achievement or moment since streaming? Dun, dun, dun. You have your, okay.
I have mine. I think the biggest achievement since I started streaming is probably getting my own icon skin in Fortnite. I've been playing Fortnite for the past 5 years, and to have myself be in the game is a dream come true. So I don't think there's anything that can top that for me.
Michelle Obama hugged me.
What?
Yeah.
You can't just pass the mic. Wait.
Yeah.
We need details. Wait.
I she's doing like a promotional, like trying to encourage kids to go to college, and they invited me and like Ninja to go to the event to like promote it. And yeah, I met Kelly Rowland. Yeah, wanted to die. Robert De Niro, he was doing a crossword on a newspaper while he was waiting. That was great. And yeah, Michelle Obama hugged me.
Wow.
That's
so nonchalant.
Yeah, it's all been downhill from there.
Michelle Obama,
Nothing good happens to you after Michelle Obama hugs you. That's the highlight.
I think for me, going to the Tokyo Olympics was probably like the highlight of my streaming career so far. I was able to host a show for Twitch, and I was there for the entire Olympics. So it was 3 weeks in a foreign country that but it was cool, and I experienced a lot. I got sick twice from heat exhaustion, but like I made it through, and I definitely want to go back. So yeah.
You guys have such confidence. I think for me, joining the content group or TV that I'm a part of, it opened a lot of doors and made my streaming career take like a new journey. So I think it's my umbrella encompassing like this thing.
Yeah. I like these. Okay, so I have another cool question coming in from the chat from Kaleidoscope Lens. I see you. It says, how do you navigate being compared to others or having others pit against... Wait, hold on, Kaleidoscope, hold on. How do you navigate being compared to other women on the platform? How do you navigate comparison on the platform or in general?
Okay, sure. I have never been a very like feminine person in general, and so I think there's a lot of animosity toward like very feminine gamers on Twitch, especially. Like we get that a lot, and so I have a lot of times people will come in and they think they're complimenting me by being like, "I'm so glad you're not like that person," and I hate that because it's like I said earlier, you know, I mean, I'm glad that there's like very feminine women who are showing that you can do both. Like you don't have to be like only one thing. Like, you know, oh, Anne goes out and she's a lumberjack and she also plays video games, you know, and that's like you have to do that in order to play games. Like, no, I mean, we have like there's a professional makeup company at TwitchCon with like a huge booth. Like that's so cool. And the streaming world has so many opportunities for like different things now. It doesn't have to be just video games. And so I like when I'm compared in like a nice way where people are saying like, oh, I love your content and you know it's similar to this other person's. But I just wish people would stop trying to tear down like very feminine streamers. So.
Honestly, I'm very happy with the community that I've built, and I have great moderators that take out any bad energy in the chat. But I just play video games and just focus on myself, try not to compare myself to others, and just try to be happy. That's what I do.
Going with what Chica said, shout out to all the mod squads because you guys really, really hold it down. We appreciate you so much. Agree with Anne too, like it's just annoying being compared or, I don't know, like for me personally, usually in my streams, like I'm wearing like big t-shirts, graphic tees are kind of my thing. And so when people come into the channel and we're like, oh, I'm so glad you're not showing off your like it's such a backhanded compliment, like we don't need it. And it's frustrating sometimes just trying to sit there and play games or do what we do and trying to exist. And then other people are trying to pit us against each other or tear us apart. So just let's do our thing.
I think that there's no good comparison. Whether it's you're trying to talk me up or talk the next girl up, like that's not what we need as women. It's not what we want as people. Like we don't need that. It's always really frustrating. And I think that it's good that we're able to talk about these things because I think people genuinely don't mean to be malicious when they say it, but I think it's a good opportunity for us to educate. Like, hey, when you say, oh, thank goodness you have a t-shirt on and you're not showing your chest. I know you don't mean it in a bad way. I'm not shit. Maybe you do. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here, and it doesn't help.
These are good. Alexis in the chat says, wow, they're still singing it down back there. They are.
They're going crazy.
Okay, so I'm realizing too, as we talk, maybe people don't really know us too well. So a good question came in the chat, kind of taking it back from Cherry Bomb Inc. that says, what was the first console that we owned and the first game that we can remember playing? We gotta take it all the way back.
Yeah,
Okay.
My mom owned a store when I was a kid, and so she would pick us up after school, and she would just put us in the back room. We would do like our homework and everything, and then my brother, my sister, and I would play Super Mario Brothers on like a Super Nintendo, and that was the first game that got me into gaming. I think I was 7 at the time.
Yeah. Super Nintendo. I would have to say the same. My godmother had a Nintendo 64. And I never really got to play too much because I was like 5 years old and I was really bad at the game, so my sisters didn't give me a chance. But I do remember being little and just wanting to own a console and not allowing them to play on my own console. Like that was in my mind when I was 5. So yeah, I would say Nintendo 64.
Okay, I'm taking over your job. I have a
love
question
it.
for
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
What
please.
was your first FPS game? Mine was GoldenEye. Also, I think on N64.
Yeah, double.
That was yours too?
That was mine too. That was 007.
GoldenEye.
Yes.
Cool.
That's awesome.
They're remastering it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. Not Switch. Where are they remastering
Well,
GoldenEye?
Chad needs to come up with
Switch?
Chad.
Is
Chad
it
will know.
Switch?
Chad will know.
Is it Switch, really?
I need to play
they're
it.
remastering it.
Yes.
It's gonna be good. I guess my story. When did I first start gaming? How old am I? Okay, so when I was about 3 or 4 years old, I used to go to my dad's job, and he worked with computers often. And I remember going to his job, and he was playing the most blocky, pixelated game known in the 90s. It was Doom. And I was just so amazed by it, like as a 4-year-old. And I was like, wow, that just looks so cool. So fast forward to maybe a year or so, I begged my parents to take me down to the Toys R Us and get me a PlayStation 1. And my very first game was Crash Bandicoot 2. And it has been, it's been up from there.
I have a horrible memory.
Oh, no.
The most memorable moments for me gaming as a child was like Xbox. Which makes me sound zoomer as hell, but I want to say it's Xbox. Like Simpsons Hit and Run, Viva Pinata, that kind of stuff.
I feel ancient now.
I know, like, dang.
64.
My back, my lower back just started to hurt. Oh, like, man.
My knees. Okay, so Moses X Perez in the chat says, what keeps you all motivated to keep going? Is it the chat? Is it the energy in the game you're playing? What keeps us streaming?
I think for me, I'm just like I just like playing video games, and that's why I got into this job. Is that I've just always purely been a person who enjoys playing video games. I like puzzles, and I like finding things out, and video games have a lot of that. I like hoarding things, which video games also have a lot of if you play the right games. And so for me, it's like I don't really know at this point what else I would do with my time, because I just, even when streaming can be kind of a drag sometimes. And like I said, I've been doing this for like 9 years, so it gets monotonous sometimes. Like anybody's job, once you do it every day for many hours, like even if you love it, it gets tiring. But every day I'm just like, I got here Thursday night and I was just like, man, I can't wait to go home and play video games. So I just like playing games.
I think it's quite easy for me because video games are like my escape. I actually rented out a place that has computers around this area just so I could play video games while I was not home. And I missed a Twitch party because I was playing video games. So it's pretty easy for me to just like keep on doing something that I love so much.
I feel like that's what makes it fun, that we're able to do something where we genuinely enjoy doing it. And, sometimes it can be tough and it can be draining, but ultimately it doesn't always feel like a job. And along with that, loving to play video games, my community, and I'm sure all of your communities too, are just so supportive and encouraging, and it makes me want to keep going even when I'm having a bad day. Like, they get it, we can all have a bad day together, and they're just super understanding. So that inspires me to keep moving forward.
I agree with both of those points, definitely. Like, love for gaming, it makes it really easy to get up and game every day. Also, the community, being at a place like TwitchCon, but the other people in this space really, really inspire me. So being able to sit down and do something like this is like, oh, I can't wait to go home and like keep grinding work. Like, I want to keep streaming, be able to hang out with you guys more, like be inspired by you, take note like pages from your books. So it's very cool. It helps a lot.
I'm gonna ask a spicy question. Have you created a healthy work-life balance? And how? Yeah, spicy. Who wants to start? Okay.
I haven't.
Easy.
You guys have any tips? Let me know. All I do is work. I haven't been home in like a month. Yeah, that's my short answer.
Same. I also haven't. I don't know. Like, I feel like I get really good at it for maybe like a week, and then the next week starts to get chaotic. And I mean, it's tough. I'm grateful to have like a really good support system around me, though, that kind of understands. My husband is here, and he'll probably, say some words about it. But but yeah, I mean, it's tough. And again, like for me, because I enjoy what I do so much, it doesn't feel like work until it really does feel like work. So yeah, I'm still struggling.
Yeah, I don't know what that word means. Could you do what does balance
What
mean?
is balance,
yeah,
right?
What is that? I don't know. I think that's always been a struggle for me in general, just because I'm a person who really likes to work. My partner sometimes will be like, let's just relax. You just watch TV, and I'm like,
What is relaxing?
I can't just watch the TV. I have to do stuff while I watch the TV. I have to like do 4 other things at the same time. And she's like, just sit still, and I'm like, I don't know how. So I don't know. I've always been a person who just really likes to work all the time and like to fill all of my time with working. But I think one thing that I have been trying to kind of work on more is like streaming and like playing video games is like a hobby that we all turned into careers because we worked very hard and got a little bit lucky. And I've been working on trying to also like remember the hobbies that I had outside of video games and try to make a little bit of time for those here and there. I like to sing, and I like to take photos and stuff like that, so I've been trying to do more of that here and there, but it's very hard.
I'm really bad at balancing and everything, but I'm very lucky that my partner, she helps me a lot. I think that anytime, I've tried in a healthy way, like I bought a membership to the gym, but I just don't go. I end up like streaming and just playing video games. If I do go, I'm on the massage chair, just like editing a TikTok or something. So I'm trying. It's just I'm really bad at it. I'm failing at it. So yeah.
This makes me feel good because I thought it was just me that didn't know how to relax. Like, I now can't sit and do one thing. Like, I have to be multitasking. So, okay, we're not alone. It's Shelly from the chat says, looking for a little advice. I am a shy person and I'm thinking about streaming. How do you come out of your shell and get the courage to start to stream?
I think a really common misconception about streaming is that you have to be an extrovert.
Yeah.
But you do not. I have so many introverted friends who stream and who love this, and people want to relate to each other. That's like all we want is connection. So if you get on and I'm so shy, but I really want to play this game and I want to hang out and like create a community, someone's gonna come in and it's like, I'm shy too. This is great. Like, let's have a nice chill stream, and like you will be able to find your community. And I know it can be hard to hit the like button the first time, but honestly, what I always tell people, they're like, oh, do you ever have like anxiety before a stream or stress? I'm like, I do all the time. I just send it. I just press the button and go, and then you're there and you took the leap and just go with it. So yeah, my main takeaway, you don't have to be an extrovert to do this.
And to add to Sid's point too, you don't have to have a camera either. When I first started streaming off of my PlayStation 4, I did not have a camera. I didn't want people to see my face. Like, I just wanted to ease into it and see how I enjoyed it. And then when I got more comfortable talking on the microphone, even though it was a little janky, then I went ahead and bought a PlayStation 4 camera and got comfortable in that way. So take your time. You don't have to, go out the gate swinging with the nicest camera and all that. Just do what makes you comfortable.
I don't have a whole lot to add to that. I feel like that's a good point. Like, some people just really enjoy streams that are like very calm, you know? A lot of times people will just like throw up your stream in the background, and then they like, it's just nice to have like kind of company throughout your day, you know, to like have someone there who's talking, and you know, you don't have to be screaming all the time, because some people don't want to listen to that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I consider myself an extreme introvert. Like right now, my social anxiety is extremely high by doing this. But I think it took a while for me to like feel comfortable and just like speak. Even though English is my second language, it takes me a little bit to get my thoughts together. You know, just knowing that the people that are there are always there, and you get to meet them and you get to know them, it helps a lot. Chat. I would say chat helps a lot with it. If you're an introvert, just get to know them, they'll help you, and you'll get through it. Believe me, I'm here, so.
All right, so Family Jewel in the chat says, have you ever faced imposter syndrome? And if so, how have you combated it? Imposter syndrome is almost like when you're in a position, but you feel like you don't deserve to be in that position.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah. I have been to every US TwitchCon since they started. I have had meet and greets at like probably most of them, and every time, the like few days before, I'm like, no one's gonna come. No one's gonna be there. I'm gonna go to the meet and greet, I'm gonna sit at a little table, and there's gonna be one person who says like, hi, AnneMunition, and then like no one else cares that I'm there. And every time there's like a bunch of people, they're all super nice, and it's really good to like get to like hang out with your community, but I like constantly have imposter syndrome, and I've been meeting like a ton of streamers here at the con, and it's been really nice because they're all like, I mean, people will walk up to me and they'll say like, it's a, you know, like, it's an honor to meet you, like, you're a legend, you've been doing this for a long time, and I am just like, I didn't even realize you knew that I existed, but thanks, that's really nice. So yes, constantly imposter syndrome. A lot of streamers do.
Well, first of all, I had no idea what imposter syndrome was. I thought that was like Among Us thing.
Valid.
No, yeah, I don't leave my house. I play Fortnite 24/7. This is my first time at TwitchCon, and yeah, I would say like it's very, very shocking for people to come up to me and be like, "Hi, Chica," or like, "I watched your stream." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome. I'm seeing you in person." So it's, I'm still taking it in right now. So yeah, I have no idea what to say about that. I thought it was Among Us.
It sounds like Among Us. I get it. I feel like I've gotten better with my imposter syndrome as I get further in my career, but like every once in a while, like I could be eating lunch or like a sandwich or something, and it's like, oh, you're not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to be doing this. And it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I think it goes back to, the Own It campaign and just owning who you are. And I try to remind myself, like, I'm here in these spaces doing these different things for a reason, and I'm meant to be here and to keep going. But yeah, imposter syndrome is hard sometimes.
Yeah, I think I struggle with it all the time, and it used to be really bad. I felt the same way. I'll be honest with you guys, I had a meet and greet that I canceled because my imposter syndrome was so bad. But at this TwitchCon, I think that...
This TwitchCon, you're like super famous.
Right.
See, like what?
Right, imposter syndrome.
I think it no matter like whatever level you're at, like it can be something that you feel. I just try and reshape and reframe how I feel about like deserving things. Like I don't deserve any more or any less than the next person, and I think that helped me sort of navigate through my imposter syndrome. But yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. I see a lot of questions coming in from the chat, which is actually where I wanted to go next. A lot of people want to know, where do we see ourselves in the next few years? Do we see ourselves gaming forever, even though we love video games?
My partner and I have always joked that we're going to be like in the retirement home, playing whatever, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 again, probably. So we just, I love playing video games, so I imagine, I don't know where my career will be. I think, it's been every year something wild or different happens, and the space has changed so much in the time that I've been a part of it. I'm grateful to have what I have now, and I'm going to ride this wave as long as I can. And as long as I'm enjoying it, But video gaming is forever. Yeah, I think, didn't Nate Shock get a tattoo or something? Yeah.
Video games
Yeah,
are forever.
video games are forever, yes.
I have no idea what I'm going to be doing in the next few years, because if you would have asked me, like, a few years ago, would you be at TwitchCon having your own Fortnite skin, like, sitting next to you guys, I would have said no, not at all. So I'm excited for the future, but definitely I think gaming will be part of it, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. So yeah.
I kind of feel the same. I think because I started streaming as a hobby and I never really had any expectations where it could take me, I've just been kind of like along for the ride and taking it all in, and I feel like that makes it a little bit easier for me. But I love video games. Like, I don't ever see myself putting down a controller. I always want to incorporate my love of video games and the other things I love, like music or food or pop culture, but like ultimately, I'm gonna always be gaming.
I'm the same. I'll game for the rest of my life. Like, me and my roommates talk about living together forever, kind of like you and your partner. Like, I'm going to live with you until I'm 80, and we're going to be playing Valorant like on a LAN set up in our living room. I will game forever. Whether or not it will be the main focus of my career, I don't know, because I have so many interests, like fashion, streetwear, like that kind of stuff. I'd love to explore those more, but gaming will always be core to my heart.
Now, we have talked a lot about us, but I think we need to talk about our communities as well, because they're kind of the backbone of us and they're supporting us as well. So, I mean, what does it mean for you to be a part of such an amazing community, your own community? Can you talk about that?
I'm sorry, Chica made me laugh and I wasn't listening.
No.
Let's talk about our communities. Tell us about your community for stream.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they know I have one brain cell, so I left it back at the hotel. One thing that I'm really grateful about with my community is that I started as a Minecraft streamer. I was playing modded Minecraft. I've had my GTA days, I've had my Rainbow Six Siege days, and now, I just kind of play whatever I want to, because that for me is like, I enjoy video games, and so I just want to play the video games that I enjoy rather than what's necessarily like the most popular, even though every time I have this like wake up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, like, why didn't I play Valorant, It's like, everyone's playing Valorant. So I just play what I enjoy, and they're great, and they support me no matter what, and there's a lot of people who are just like, I don't really care what game you're playing, I just wanted to like hang out with you today, and I really appreciate that.
What was your question again? I'm so sorry.
Tell us about your community.
Oh, yeah, I love I'm so sorry. I was just really listening to her. I love my community. I think, it's been 8 years of building them, of building a safe community, and I'm proud of them, and I'm happy that any viewer that comes into my chat, they feel welcome and they feel safe. It's a safe environment for everybody. But yeah, they've been there for me for 8 years, supporting me through Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and I got to meet some of them the past few days, and it has really opened my eyes, because you get to see usernames in your chat, but when you meet them in person, it's like a whole different experience, and I definitely want to do this more, and I'm glad that I did it, and I just love them. I love my boys.
Yeah, the same. I mean, I love my community. They give me hell sometimes, and they're on me sometimes, but they're just super supportive, and I feel like it's so cool to be around a group of like-minded people that understand me. We understand each other. We have the same interests, and we're all just having a good time together. And I also think it's really cool. I know you guys can't see the chat, but I've been looking at the chat. Like, all of our communities have shown up for this stream. I think that's super cool. I see some of our community members like out here watching, which is also super cool. So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, my community is great. I think, there goes my paper again. It feels like friends. Like, I feel like I'm just sitting on stream. I'm hanging out with people. We enjoy the same thing. I agree with the like-mindedness. It feels really comfortable and safe. And I would say one of my favorite things about my community is we can have important conversations that are hard and that matter. Such a safe space. Yes. We can just sit down and be like, this happened, or this in the news, we saw this, and it was really hard, but we're able to sort of debrief, talk about those things on stream, and it's safe, which I think is really unique.
Yeah, Sid, someone in the chat is asking when you're going to finish your scary games.
It's
Exactly.
October. You gotta.
No pressure. Oh my gosh, all of these questions are so good. Please keep the questions going. We still have a couple more minutes of this panel. Also, I want to remind everyone at home watching, we do have the !StockX command going for you to enter to win a Halo crystal set right here, which is super dope. I gotta keep my hands away from it, but it's really, really cool, so make sure you check it out. We were talking about a work-life balance earlier, and someone in the chat wants to know what is something that we all do to help us kind of relax.
Yeah, in my spare time, when I try to relax from playing video games all day, I play more video games. So
That was going to be my answer too.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Video
yeah,
games.
we're
video
the
games.
same person.
Video games.
We are.
That's yeah. I mean, I listen to audiobooks a lot. I like audiobooks. Most of the time, I'm just like walking my dog and listening to audiobooks, and then playing video games and playing more video games. And my partner and I will hang out and play video games, and then I'll stream and play video games. So
I love it.
Yeah, that was gonna be my answer as well. I walk with my puppies and I spend time with my puppies and I play video games to relax from playing video games and streaming. Yeah.
These are good. Same. I also play video games, but for me, like, I like to have games that I play on my own that I'm not streaming with. I feel like one of the most relaxing things for me to do when I'm burnt out is like sit on my couch and play a video game. Like, I miss that sometimes, or even like laying on the floor and playing a video game like I'm a kid. Band.
this is the drum solos,
Right? Let's wait. But other than playing video games, I mean, I try to go outside, get some sun on my face. I don't know, just try to remind myself why I do what I do and why I love playing games so much.
I agree with the ladies. Video games. I definitely do that. But I would say another really big thing for me is I have 3 roommates who are like my best friends, and my favorite thing after stream is to go out and like everybody's sitting on the couch. We just sit down, we watch movies, or I'll be super honest, most of the time we have a Twitch stream and we're watching stuff with Valorant. Like, it's literally inescapable for us. But even that is relaxing and it's fun, and it just feels like I'm still getting to be a part or like watch something that I love, but also be comfy and relax.
This is a good question coming in because we're talking about owning who we are, and as we know as streamers, there are so many streamers and there's so many channels that people can choose to watch. And so Family Jewel wants to know, what is it about your content that makes you you?
I got this. Oh, you got this.
You got this.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's only one me, and I'm on my channel, and no other channel has that. So.
Okay. All right. Press the button. Oh, you have to press a button.
No, did I turn it off?
Oh no, you're good. Okay, no, you're good. You're good. I would say what makes me unique is that I play Fortnite and I've been taking fall damage for the past 5 years and I have not stopped dying that way. I don't think there's any other streamer that does that, and I'm so sorry that you guys have to watch that gameplay.
Same. I feel like I no longer try to pretend to be someone that I'm not. When you watch my stream, you know that, look, I'm not the best gamer, but like I'm having a good time. Half the time I'm probably not even going to finish the game, but I'm still having a good time. So, yeah, what makes me me is me. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I love Anne's answer. I don't think there's anything special about me. I think that it's just like,
it.
no, not in a sad way, not in a sad way. More in like anybody could do it. We could all do it. I don't think that there's anything that sets me apart other than just being like my unique self. Not in a sad way, but more in like, I just said what Anne said.
I would just like to point out that she's like in one of the coolest content groups off on
Right.
TV. They do like travel vlogs and stuff, and like she's a part of that. She does modeling. You did some modeling recently for like Savage and stuff like that. Like, you do some pretty cool stuff. Okay.
StockX partners over here, like, Sid, please. Someone in the chat wants to know, what is your favorite TwitchCon experience so far? Do you have one?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to a lot of TwitchCons, and the meet and greet is usually one of my favorite things because it's like nice to be able to put faces to names, and also I feel like when you have the meet and greet, like when we're online, it's mostly a lot of nice people, occasionally some bad apples, and like a little bit of toxicity, you know, and you got to kind of deal with that while you're streaming. But when you go to a meet and greet, it's like all the people who really are stoked about you and your content. And that's a really good feeling to be able to like meet them and they're you know, to be able to offer them that opportunity to say hi to you in person is really special. So I really love the meet and greet.
I think what was the question again?
What is the coolest experience of TwitchCon for you so far?
Okay, the best experience probably was not having a meet and greet and ending up having one outside. Like getting to see them and them coming and driving 2 hours to meeting me. That's been something that I'll probably will never forget.
I think it's just so cool to finally be able to put a face to a name. The last TwitchCon I went to was 2019, and I mean, that feels like forever ago. We've been through so much, and finally being able to see, you know, not only community members, but people that I've worked with only virtually, and actually being able to see them in person is super cool. And Meg was real good last night too. That was fun.
I agree with the answers 100%. It's always going to be meeting the community. That's the best part. But because you guys already said that, I'll say something else. The other night, me and my friends at like 4 a.m. went and jumped in the ocean.
Oh.
And it was just like at the beach. It was really fun. And like that will forever be probably one of my favorite TwitchCon memories. It was great.
Was it cold?
Oh yeah, it was freezing.
Yeah. That sounds fun. Someone wants to know, what is the biggest piece of advice you would give someone in their streaming career, regardless of if they're just getting started or they've been doing it for a couple years? Do we have a biggest piece of advice for them?
Own it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that really is my advice. Like, be true to who you are, be true to yourself, you know, own who you are and your confidence, and make sure, you know, that you're just doing what you are and what you, being who you really are and not trying to fake it, because like you were saying, it's like, that's exhausting. I mean, that's what I've been doing. I feel like sometimes I've struggled in my streaming career just because I refuse to try to do anything else because I am just too lazy for that. Like, I don't want to spend time trying to like please people. You know, it's like either this is enjoyable to you to watch or it's not. And so I think if you want to be a streamer that, you know, it's hard, you know, there's a lot of streamers now, like this TwitchCon has like opened my eyes to how mainstream Twitch is now and how like streaming is like has been catapulted to the forefront of like every 14-year-old kid's dream of like being a streamer now. You know, they want to be, you know, in this job, and I'm grateful for what I have, but it's like, it's hard. So I think that rather than trying to do anything, you know, too crazy, you should just be yourself and own it.
I have to agree with you. Just honestly, the best advice I could give it to anyone is just be yourself. You're gonna find people who like you for who you are, and that's the best way to grow on Twitch. Just network with the people that you have something in common with.
Agreed. Owning it, being who you are, and also not comparing yourself to other people. I feel like that can be your downfall almost. Always looking, you know, to see, well, I'm playing this game and they're playing this game, but they have X amount of followers. Like, what's going on? And, you know, sometimes you just have to really stay in your lane and hone into what makes you you and own it.
I have the same advice. I think I always say this. I'm like, if you're interested in getting into streaming, I just encourage you to play what you like to play. And if you don't want to game, you want to cook, or you want to do art, or you want to chat, like just do what is fun for you, because people like to watch you having fun and enjoying what you're doing.
I want to say, I think that's the cool thing about like streaming and content creation too, is that you don't have to put yourself in a box if you don't want to. Like, you can really hone into all parts of you. So like, if you like gaming, but you also like cooking or fashion or what have you, like there's so many different avenues for you to choose from for your content. So that's really cool. Someone in the chat wants to know, what would you like to accomplish next? What's next for you?
For me, I mean, I've been streaming for a long time, and I have always kind of been like a lone wolf, and that sounds cooler than it is. I've always really struggled with, this is like therapy hour, I'm sorry, but like
I love it.
I've always really struggled with like making friends, and streaming has not been like made that a lot easier for me. So you know, I think what would be cool would be more collaborating with other streamers. I'd really love to like have a group of people who I could create content with regularly and like play video games with regularly. And yeah, so that's something that I would like to work on.
I think for me, probably showing my community a little bit more about who I am and where I come from. And because I feel like I don't do that enough, I just kind of just play video games. So I'm hoping that in the future I do stuff like this more, and I have opportunities like this and meeting other content creators. I think that would be great, and that's something that I'll be looking forward to.
I want to do everything I could possibly do. Before I started streaming, I was supposed to be a teacher. I went and got my degree, and I got it, and I was like, I don't think I want to do this. So I started streaming, and I've been able to experience and do so much. So I definitely want to keep that going. For sure, like meeting other creators and collaborating, and even events like this, and just seeing so many people and doing so many dope things. Like, I just want to keep it going. Like, I don't want to stop.
I think next for me, I really want to focus on doing things that I'm passionate about. I think right now I'm chasing fulfillment from streaming. It's really easy for me to wake up and play Valorant and go to bed and do it again. So I want to do things that really interest me. I want to do like styling streams because I do love fashion. I love this, and like I think a lot of my friends want to get into that kind of stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I want to do that, or travel vlogs, travel streams, like things that are going to make me feel really good and fulfilled with what I'm doing.
Yeah, I like that. Now, we do have maybe time for one or two more questions. Again, I want to remind everyone there is a command in the chat, !StockX. You can enter to win this nice little Halo set right here. Completely real crystals is a $1 bid. You guys make sure to sign up. I want to see who wins it. This has been fun. This has been a lot of fun. I was nervous, but this is good.
Yeah.
This is really good. I like it. Before we go, any final words that we want to share? Any last little tips of wisdom, or where people can find us?
So, I mean, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/AnneMunition. I play a lot of FPS games mostly, and then we'll bounce around and do kind of, you know, whatever I'm feeling like doing that day. Yeah, final advice, or like just comments, I guess, is thank you to StockX for bringing me out here. When I saw the lineup of who was going to be on it, I was like, did they get the wrong person? They know it's
That's
me,
how
right?
I felt.
Yeah, see, that's the imposter syndrome we're
Imposter
talking
syndrome.
about. Yeah, but I mean, I think y'all are just so cool, and obviously I'm aware of like, you saw your icon skin, and I was like, she's cool as hell. Like, that's awesome. Like, you're cool as hell. I've always like really admired you, and I think you're great, and you're crushing it with TwitchCon and everything, and the hosting, and I'm just happy to be here.
And last words, well, you guys can find me on twitch.tv/Chica. I play a lot of like FPS as well, a lot of Fortnite mostly. And I just want to say thank you to StockX for bringing me out here and giving me this experience. It's my first TwitchCon, and I got to meet you guys as well, and a lot of my fans and my viewers. And yeah, I'm just grateful for everything that you guys allow me to be part of. Thank you.
Agreed. I'm also super grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for everyone that showed up. Round of applause for everyone that's around here. Thank you for watching. But yeah, it's just been an amazing TwitchCon. It was so amazing to be able to share a panel with all of you. I feel inspired listening to everyone, so it's been really good.
I'll piggyback off that. I feel super inspired to have been here. So thank you to StockX for having us. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. Thank you guys for being here too and being open and honest and having candid conversations. It's been very, very fun. And I hope you all enjoy your TwitchCon.
With that being said, everyone, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their TwitchCon. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Make sure you follow all these amazing content creators up here. And again, exclamation point, StockX, enter to win. I want to see who wins. With that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. See you later. Bye.